has us now at our 50th game for this storyline. 50 games and not too many deaths for most characters. Yeah, still a quiet mark in the background, so I'm doing well. So, tonight we have 5 of our 7 players available, and I will start off with Annie introducing her characters. If you're not on mute.
With the mic cut out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so...
is a changeling witch with an orc daddy, and she has a demon armadillo that is her badass familiar and possesses members of the parties when they're silly enough to take rocks from him.
Or ask him a question.
2. Fall asleep. Any of those foolish things.
Yeah, well, he's a demon of nightmares.
I reckon those rocks are kidney stones.
Which will put a different term on the fact is, who's he getting them from? Or, if you take one, does that mean you're putting one in you? Okay, so next up is Jeremy.
Evening all, yes. Playing Neshuvisky, an elven rogue brother to the aforementioned witch, adopted / fostered to the our mother Goya, who is also the family owns the caravan in which our merry band is travelling with.
Yep, that is now up to Mark. So, Mark.
Okay, that kind of broke it out on me that before. I'm playing Horori. I'm back to Horori now. Hanso, the broken one, leader, unofficial leader of the party, all sorts of strange things I can link to that one.
Who's that?
Samurai of 700 deaths. We'll put all sort of nicknames to that.
Yeah. Who wants to follow someone who died 700 plus times?
He's obviously good at it.
I didn't say I was the exact leader. I said I'm just a kind of... Anyway, he's back in his homeland and feeling a little bit happier, but then he's found out all sorts of other things that's made it more sad again. So he's a muddled mental state kind of samurai at the moment. So
we will get there. Next up is Richard.
Hi, I play 2 characters. So the main one is Avery Topkopple, who's a halfling summoner, and he has visions of grandeur, wants to become a famous sort of, not quite a bard, but a storyteller. And he likes to travel around and have exciting adventures. And he is chaperoned by a much smarter character in Terry, who is his eidolon. Terry is a unique character. He kind of looks like an Eastern-style dragon, but he does have big wings and he's rather mean-looking. The party seems to like Terry more than Avery, but Avery can hold his own when he wants to. He recently found out that he has a book. A few weeks ago, or a few sessions ago, he found out he had a grandfather who was still alive, and it's given him an added purpose to try and find his grandfather, who he believes is the source of where he got his power from.
Okay. Next person up we have is Ross.
Yes, I'm playing Xenis, the goblin monk of the Order of the Unseen Thunder. Currently, I've dropped the halfling disguise, so I'm now a goblin dressed as a kobold with an ornate dragon mask.
And just
currently, I'm running around for further adventure and hopefully making the world, make goblins a little bit more appreciative. We're not just chaotic little thugs.
So here we have Bog and Splat as well. No reason that blood is red. I'm sure there's none whatsoever. Then we have Nashru and Horori. Though that's the female version of Horori, so I'll have to find the actual male picture at some point. Hey, you were a male when you had a male picture when you were all female for a while, so it sort of fits. Okay, so last time we had it, you had gone into the Forest of Spirits, which you... I think I managed to get it so it's not reflecting.
Got it.
Okay, and you were traveling through there with Miaro, and one of you had been designated the Broken One, and got to greet all the spirits of the forest. And once you'd finished...
An interesting term.
Well, I left it interesting. So after the formal greetings went through, you eventually made it into the a place called, if I can get to the right spot, House of Withered Blossoms. So not worrisome whatsoever, and none of the kami of the forest go in there because that's where they've kept the oni. And it's up to you to go in and find out why there's oni still there. Remove them if possible. And then the kami can come in and investigate properly. So not a big ask, just a bit of house cleaning.
Well, and also the fact that work out why many of the oni are not still there. Since they're all supposed to be trapped.
House cleaning. I'll look at Nashru going, is that all of them, Nashru? Is there any more coming? After last fight?
I haven't seen any more recently.
Okay. Did you want to go forward and just check for traps while we go forward?
I can have another look back around that corner again.
Okay. I have faith in your abilities. You hear that? The first time you ever heard a positive suggestion from Horori.
Maybe it's a mimic.
Martin, I can't hear Jeremy at all.
You can't see Jeremy at all?
No, I can't hear Jeremy.
Same here.
I am talking.
Amusingly, I can hear him on the this end. So
And obviously Mark can hear me.
let me have a look and see if something Skype has happened.
Richard, he was dropping out for me before as well, so just might have been just some Skype issue. I couldn't hear him at the start when he did his induction.
So I've got
Yeah,
Richard
cut
down
out.
as muted, and I've got Mark down as muted.
But yeah, so
I'm unmuted now.
Yep.
yeah, that's right. And I can hear you.
Can you hear him now?
Say something, Jeremy.
I'm counting to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I can hear him now.
Okay. So I'm not sure what happened there.
No, I still can't hear you. I can only see the text.
So someone was still not hearing me?
Someone's
I don't think Annie can hear.
Okay.
No,
so,
I'm keeping contact.
so who can hear Jeremy?
I can hear him now. Oh, he's disappeared again.
Well, I'm not talking like that at the moment, so I'll go with a low la 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 la.
I heard you say I'm talking right.
Okay.
I can hear a kid.
Yeah, so I'm hearing some background noise,
Yeah,
or some foreground noise.
That's Mark.
You sure that's not Jeremy in the past? He's just, bit of a time loop here. Okay, so
Anyone's anything.
if you like, I can reconnect people in and see if that's just the connection. It could also be dealing with me having something else running, showing you what I've got on my screen. So I'll turn that off, and I'll start.
I mean,
You sort of just cut out
understand
there,
enough,
Jeremy.
but I do get broken up.
The picture's just disappeared, but I think all the audio's come back.
Yeah, I sort of did that to see if I could fix all the audio, because sometimes you do that and the audio fixes up. Okay, so let's see if I get it to share now. Okay, can you see the screen again?
I can see the screen.
I can see screen.
I can hear
I
Jeremy.
can see screen. I can hear Jeremy now too. So
Yeah.
Sometimes it's all it requires is a little fiddling with the tool, and the tool goes, "Oh, look, now I'm working."
cool. Ignore my messenger message then, Martin. It's all good now.
I
me a
still can't
messenger
hear
message?
it, but I can just see text.
You can't hear Jeremy?
No.
Well, I was about to say I hadn't heard from you, but then you talked. So
Okay, so last we had it, you were exploring a pagoda.
it's not a pergola. Not that dangerous.
So it sort of looks something like that.
Yeah.
And you're seeing something like that in the background above you.
What lovely looking creatures.
I know. So they are what are known as arena. If you don't know what arena are, they are intelligent spiders of
I was
unusual
about to
size.
say they're the cause of all these spider webs, I'm guessing.
Very much so. And they've been staring at through the whole murder holes above you, watching you go around murdering their playthings.
Mm-hmm.
Considering the areas here, I believe, are too thin for most of them. They don't come down here very often.
I'm guessing they're big creatures then.
They are. They are creatures of unusual size.
You know what I'm not seeing around here though?
Yep.
Talking to the rest of the team on this. I'm not seeing any hobgoblins,
No.
which apparently were the ones that were working with the Oni and had stolen the bonsai.
And you were chosen to go up instead of in.
Well, so that's what I'm just suggesting that potentially we've gone the wrong way. Not that we knew there was another way yet, but we we took one pathway and there were others available.
No, we did know that we went the way that had the less spider webs.
You did.
On the idea that it was probably, or presumably, more likely to have hobgoblins. But apparently, we went the wrong way. But yeah, Nash, at this stage at least, Nashua will go back around and confirm there were no traps leading up to that next staircase, spiral staircase.
The spiral staircase. So I will describe that again to you. So 4 great columns carved with depictions of dragons overlook a gruesome scene in the center of the pagoda. 4 gibbets hang from an iron column in the center of the chamber, next to a steep stone spiral stair that climbs up into the ceiling.
Okay. Are the gibbets occupied?
They were until they basically freed themselves.
Okay.
Some of the ones you fought were in the gibbets.
Right.
Ghoulism is catchy.
So, apparently, yes. Okay. Okay, well, so I'll take a look around, make certain there's nothing else to find on this level. But, yeah. Noting that we haven't found any hobgoblins, are we still going up?
I'm of the opinion we should do, because I want to kill the owners of these creatures and give them a nice talking to.
And
The ones we just killed.
No, these spiders that I think you said you saw a spider through one of their grates or something. Somebody did. So, and I thought, well, if these are their minions, I'd like to discuss why their minions are attacking us with no apparent reason. We didn't do anything wrong.
Well,
Oh,
technically, you could say that we invaded their house.
they didn't. We were just following the direction of the rooms. We didn't know we weren't supposed to come in. There's no sign saying "Do not come in here." So I think they're very rude.
Weren't the things also undead?
The thing we just fought, they were an undead type thing, yeah.
Yeah, they were kind of undead ghouly things that turn you undead. So it was like,
As Martin said, ghoulism is contagious. Okay, well, Nashu will take a look at the stairwell, and assuming he finds no traps, will cautiously head up the stairs.
Okay. Heading up the stairs. Hundreds of stone needles and spikes jut from the floor of this large open chamber. A row of iron grills in the floor run around the perimeter of the room, providing views into the level below. Thick webs sweep upwards from the jagged floor towards the roof some 60 feet above, ending in a dark and shadowy funnel that slopes upwards into a further reaches of the pagoda. On each wall, a round window surrounded by iron barbs looks out over a garden surrounding the tower. And it looks like all the 2 floors up have both been destroyed to make this area larger.
Okay, so it's got a high roof, as they said, yes.
And the floor has been spiked, so falling onto the floor will be quite devastating.
Okay. But there's, as part of their removing of floors or ceiling, whatever type stuff, I'm guessing they haven't put a nice ladder or staircase in.
There is spider webs you can use.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody's got like featherfall or fly, they could fly down.
Well, fly up, I think is the word. If you're looking
Fly
you're
up.
looking up.
Sure. But because Terry could quite happily fly some people around.
Okay.
Terry.
Yeah, so we have the capability. So Terry can carry how many?
Well, he's large, so he can carry me and probably one other.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any bodies on the spikes?
No, there are no bodies on the spikes.
Can we see any enemy around? Probably a good thing to ask about.
No, you can't see any around at all.
Okay. Okay, Nashru noted the thing. He's actually definitely looking up. If we've got a funnel of spider webs leading up into us, I'm thinking, possibly we're looking at an enemy above.
That's why I thought I would actually look up their actual hide ability.
Nashru will certainly they say, aiming to be stealthy, he's going to move off towards one side, trying to avoid splacking himself on any of the spikes on the floor.
I've got a feeling that they basically will snatch us and drop us from a great height onto the spikes.
Well, that's what you would do, isn't it?
Yeah.
or the other option, which is a heroic special option, is to burn all the webs.
The webbing goes throughout the entire building, remember? So if you burn the webs, there's no way to escape.
Okay. That's, as I said, a heroic option, but it didn't say it was a guaranteed one, okay?
So feel free to go down that path if you wish to.
No. I said it's a heroic option. No one acknowledges a heroic option.
It's not like we've listened to Herori in the past.
Were the spikes metal?
The spikes were stone. Bigger than a man's waist at the bottom.
Oh, hang on. I might have something here that might help us out.
Well, Splat can Splat pull the spikes out of the ground?
Would what be able to pull the spikes out of the ground?
Well, Splat kind of has an infinity for pulling stones out of nowhere. And make stone.
Splat walks up to one of the stones and hugs it. It looks adorable. It's like this little tiny thing hugging someone's huge leg.
Oh.
Well, the good news about spikes that are waist thick at the base means you're probably not worried about stepping on them. It's only falling on them that'll be a problem.
So I kind of let Nashru know that I've got some whistling the smoke arrows if we need to use them. So
Yep.
maybe so if we need to smoke them out or something like that, or grab their attention to something else but us. So, but just let me know they're in my bag. So
Understood.
So just so you
So
can
yes,
see, that is a nice big close-up of what they look like.
glorious.
No problem for
Sorry.
arachnophobics whatsoever.
So they're Pokemon.
How big is they be standing next to a man?
Okay, so give me a perception roll because people were looking for them.
27.
Here are my dice. Here they are.
Yes, plus 20, so 27.
32.
19 for Rory.
Oh, Rory sees nothing.
Yeah, I see nothing as well. I got a 19.
36 for Avery.
Okay, so their DC to see them was 30. And that means that Bug spots them in the webs. There are 8 of them in the webs above you.
Now,
How far up in the webs? Obviously, Nashru can't see them yet, but
They are probably about 40 to 60 feet up in the upper area of the chamber.
certainly yes. Having seen the... Sorry, go on.
They're aware of us, like they're looking at us.
Yep, they are aware of you. You can see their eyes focused on you specifically.
So Nashru, even though you haven't spotted them yet, having noted the height of the ceiling and the fact that we're dealing with spider creatures, and spiders above, he's actually he'll sheath his rapier and have his bow ready, aiming upwards. So as he's moving off to one side to not be, let's say, taking some cover amongst the spikes and getting in a position where he can try and see.
Are we going to try to talk to them first?
What was it, Richard?
I was going to say, how many are there?
Bug counted 8.
8. Okay.
But has Bug had the opportunity to mention or describe this yet?
Yeah, I tell you boys everything.
I suppose I'd ask, should we talk first?
Do we know
Nashru
what...
has an open fire. But he's looking around for these 8 creatures that are apparently up there.
What language do they speak, Marlon?
You have no idea.
I haven't talked to us yet, so we don't know.
Roll or something?
You could. You could do a nature roll.
Yeah, do nature.
I cast tongues.
Okay. How many actions is that? 3 actions?
2.
2? Okay.
I rolled a 27 on nature too.
Okay, so you have heard of Arena before. They speak Common and Sylvan. They are fairly neutral. They love their poison, and they're all sorcerers.
Now, I know Sylvan, because I know that's a fact. After talking to some of the creatures in the forest, I can offer to communicate if you'd like. I'll just let the party decide if they want me to be the communication muzzle again or not. So,
well, Nashu will respond to you in Sylvan saying that Bud mentioned they also speak common.
yes, but and I talked to you back in Sylvan saying, yes, I know that too, but I just thought they might be better talking in Sylvan to them than common. To make
Talking Sylvan, yes, Sylvan is a very lovely language to talk into.
so, Spiders are looking
Since no one hasn't done it yet, Nashu's going to, still with his arrow knocked on the bow, but not pointing upwards at this stage, saying, greetings, we've been sent by the Kami to remove the Oni.
You hear a voice from up in the rafters. Are you the speaker for this group?
Apparently,
Are you willing to approach?
we've come this far.
Okay, you hear a spitting sound from up above as a web strikes you in your chest.
I'll aim to dodge.
What was that?
I'll aim to dodge.
You'll aim to dodge? Okay. Give me a reflex
I
roll.
said I'd come this far. I didn't say I was going further.
Give me a reflex roll.
Reflex of 35.
35. Okay, so you manage to dodge away from the webbing, and they say, so you don't want to talk.
I can hear you from here. I'd rather not be tied up during any negotiations, though.
We will not come down to you, you must come to us.
Did the webbing missed me? Is there now a line of webbing stuck to the floor just at my feet?
It is slowly descending from above. They didn't actually tie it off to anything.
Oh, okay, so I was going to say, I'll just test it to see if it was tacky and see if I could climb it, but... Do you know of the Oni in this place?
We know many things.
I'm sure you do. Does that include the Oni in this place?
We know of Oni.
Are you representatives of the Oni?
They start. You hear a hissing sound from above, followed by
Hissing in...
I guess that's a no.
Hissing of anger or hissing of disgust or hissing of... I don't know.
more of a hissing of annoyance.
Okay. So I'm guessing not friends of the Oni.
The Oni is mad.
You say there's only one?
Do you need more?
Well, we were under the impression there were many Oni potentially in this building.
If there were, there are not now.
So if you do not approve of the Oni, is the Oni further up this building with you?
The Oni never leaves.
So where is the Oni now?
Where it has been.
Which is?
Where it will always be.
Like talking to a teenager.
Well, actually, Alec's a teenager talking, so he's happy to play along. Okay. But apparently, many Oni are no longer here. If there's only one.
They are where they are. They are not here.
So, are you near the Oni at the present time?
I am near to all Oni relatively to things.
Are you friends with the hobgoblins?
I love to have them over for dinner.
And do they enjoy the invitation?
Everyone would love my invitation, except for you. You seem to have turned it down.
Well, you haven't actually invited me to dinner yet.
Well, I did. You missed. You moved out of the way of the invite.
Well, so,
Would you like to be invited
Yeah.
again?
no, I don't think that's necessary at this stage. So you say the hobgoblins always appreciate your invite.
Not once turned it down so far.
Do they return to tell their friends how wonderful a host you are?
Well, they just stay for a while.
They just stay for a while. Indeed.
So stick around for a quick bite.
I'm sure it's delicious.
It is definitely delicious.
And where do the hobgoblins hang out?
Up here.
Before they get invited.
Oh, don't really care. They're not up here. Up here's the best spot. Best views in town.
Best views in town, indeed. I'm sure it is a wonderful view. Certainly from the exterior, the tower went quite high. I'm sure it's quite impressive from the top.
Well, it has the best room up top. It's to die for.
I'm sure it is. Is there anyone else living with you up top?
Yep.
And who might that be?
That would be Funnel.
Funnel lives with you up top.
Yep.
On a web.
I'm guessing that you mentioned that the Oni. I'm guessing the Oni is not Funnel.
No, the Oni is mad.
The Oni is mad. Does the Oni have a name?
I'm sure the Oni had a name.
But he's not with you with Funnel.
Oni doesn't taste nice. Oni bad dinner guest.
I can imagine that would be so. Now we worked out that none of you spoke sign language, didn't we? Oh, typical.
Oh, no, I'm just watching you. I'm just watching for any sort of directions from you because I'm just sitting there at the entrance, just waiting.
Well that's what I'm saying. The fact that none of you actually spoke sign language, so I can give you very specific directions.
Read your mind if you want.
That's fine. So, well, it has been a pleasure. What was your name again, sir?
My name is not Sir.
Ma'am?
And what title or name would you wish me to refer you by?
They refer to me as a Gossamer.
A gossamer. Well, it has been a pleasure speaking with you. But perhaps we'll look at dinner at another time.
I'm sure we'll meet again.
I think we should leave Gossamer and her sisters alone.
So, and yes, Nashu's certainly aiming to head back towards the stairwell and keeping close to the stone spikes so as to provide cover from any additional invitations. And we'll certainly be indicating the others that head back down the stairs because we'll talk down there. So,
You have no problem.
if people are happy to meet back down in the stairs, back downstairs again.
Yeah, I'll be the last one going down, keeping an eye upstairs even if I can't see them, just to make sure everyone's going downstairs, and I'll walk back slowly down the stairs.
Well, because yes, so Nash is of the opinion that whilst they're not necessarily friends up there, I don't think they're the enemy we're looking for.
No, I have a feeling they're happy with their dinner plans regularly with other people. It sounds like they've had the Oni over for dinner, and the Oni may have disapproved of their meals. It's probably a nice word for it, i.e. maybe killed a couple of their kind. So now, I do remember at the entrance we had another direction to go to at the entrance of this place. Did we want to check?
I would suggest that it's potentially worth going back down and at least try other locations, because whilst it didn't look like there was any other effective way, because the other option we had would seem to have just gone around the back of the corridor to the same spot, but...
Yeah. So we can either check this whole level out first, and then make sure we've done this, and then head back outside to the other direction we're going to go in the first place with all the webbing, which had more webbing.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's preferable to go back down to the ground level and at least find out if there are other options.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good to me.
Because then the other alternate would be, if and when we do decide to accept the Gossamer's dinner invitation, possibly we would be better to be coming from the outside, moving and then climbing up the outside and coming in from the top, rather than trying to fight our way up through their webbing.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. Okay, so Martin's going to do something to us.
I'm always going to do something to you.
Yes, I know. I'll just put another number on my desk then. Okay, thank you.
Wouldn't want to disappoint.
No, we've got to have a death per session. It makes sense.
Well, I would hope we always have at least one death per session. Hopefully the death of an NPC.
Oh, that's true, but... Oh no, I've done 700, so I should be covered for all the sessions of this game if we do it properly. So that should even out as an average, I thought. So. While we're walking downstairs, I'm going to talk to the sword and ask what he knows about the creatures. Does he know any history of those creatures at all during his time around?
He said, your sword says it's not met those creatures.
Okay.
They are not natives of the region.
Okay. Cool. Then is the helm still on my head, or is it actually on elsewhere?
The helm is sitting with the wagon. He would not come into this place.
Damn it.
Remember, probably for the same reason Spiffy didn't want to come.
Just fair enough, it's fair enough.
I don't have it flat either, I forgot. It's flat outside?
Well, Splat was actually supposed to sit outside, so yes. Technically he did.
Yeah.
So I'll have to move him back outside.
Yeah, Spat couldn't come in. He wasn't recommended to come in here. He said it was a
demon trap.
He found a loophole.
He just came in to hug a stone and left again.
He missed his stone hugging. That's what it is.
Okay, so let's see. You want some nice little walls.
I'm guessing not everyone speaks Russian.
I speak Teen, Common, Sylvanian, and Dwarven, I suppose. Oh, that's right. You taught me Dwarven, so it's you're very bad Dwarven.
When you were dwarf, I taught you Dwarven.
Yes, very bad Dwarven. Yeah.
Speak anything as long as I've got my tongue spelled cast.
Yeah, no, but I'm more talking about the idea of whether there was actually a language that we could chat in the arena are less likely to understand than over here. But I think that because our new goblin, kobold, halfling has probably not many local languages for us.
What?
I speak Common, Draconic, Elven, Goblin, Orcish, Tien, and Sylvan. Don't speak Halfling though.
I can do Common, Orcish, or Aklo, but I can cut. Well.
Yeah, that's right. It's more the idea. Yeah. I'm assuming we'll probably keep speaking Common, but keep the voice down type stuff when we want to chat. So.
I've got.
Because in fact, Nashru can then talk to most of you in another language, but I don't. They're certainly not a common language for everyone, except for Common.
So let's see. I think I've got that about right. And apparently I deleted things I needed. Oh well, I'll add them back.
I'm sure they weren't important.
Oh, that's okay. They were just fillers. Where are they? Paint, circle. if I give you a, so you're currently walking around, going down into the lower area.
Yep, we're heading back down to the ground floor, I'm assuming.
Yeah. And I'm going to put some walls back in for you. So much easier when I have the map available to go. That's where all the walls go. Okay, and it was roughly... yeah, close enough. So the white is roughly your webbing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's roughly your stairwell going up.
Yep.
So
now, along the back wall there near the stairwell, I think we worked out the webbing was effectively impassable, or impassable without a lot of work, didn't it?
it was impassable without a lot of work.
Yep, okay. So we'll head back up towards the front door again and have another look at the passageway off to the right as you're coming in the front door. So if we've gone down the left-hand side, let's just see if the right-hand side leads somewhere
Okay, so I believe
more
at this
accessible.
stage, Terry is not with you.
Terry!
Because he's also will be stuck here if he's brought in.
So Terry's not here?
Terry's not here.
Terry's playing Paddywhack with Spuddy out the front.
No.
Well, I would have
would've-
thought
I
that
would've
Terry
given
was more
Terry-
likely, if he wasn't coming
No, I
in, he might have gone back to his home plane where possibly you could call him inside if you really needed him.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. He's having a rest at home.
Yeah.
Plus, it gives me the opportunity to summon other things into the room without having to disband him.
You know that there's a summoning ward over the place. So anything that gets summoned into the place can't leave.
Yeah. Remember, this is a prison for
Other
outer beings.
extraplanar beings.
So if I summoned in a giant, for instance,
Yep.
it would appear, but it wouldn't be able to leave.
It would be stuck here.
Okay.
It's the equivalent of gating, but with the disadvantage of you'll most likely die at the end of the summons. So you won't be able to summon that giant again.
Okay.
So don't summon Barry the Giant expecting to be there the next day, is what you're saying.
But also,
Hey, I'm sure he's got his twin Bob that I could come and have a chat to.
well, unless word gets out, the fact that you did summon Barry and he didn't come back.
They do talk.
You could get a bad rep there. You don't know. Now, if I remember rightly, the other entrance was a bit more webby, and we might have to cut through it. Is that right, Martin?
That is correct. You hadn't actually made it past the corner to check.
No, well, they basically we looked and thought, well, there were going to be less hobgoblins going that way, but we'll see, because there's certainly not many hobgoblins going the way we did go.
So
yeah.
that's as far as you can get before you actually go and start making any changes. How are you going to get past the thick webbing on the corner?
Well, can Nashville try and squeeze past it nimbly?
Give me a acrobatics roll.
being the master of acrobatics that he is, he got 38.
38, you managed to squeeze through.
Okay. Can I see what's down the side of the corridor there?
You can. You can see that there is a door into the middle area down below, which you didn't see before.
Okay. Well, I will whisper back to the others just on the other side there, saying, I can see a way forward, a doorway, but I might just, if you like, I can go and check it first and make certain it's actually worth trying to squeeze your way through. Or you guys could just start squeezing or cutting your way through in the meantime. So.
Does anyone have any mithril weapons?
I think.
Don't use those things.
Does anyone have any flaming weapons?
I have a flaming weapon.
I'm sure you can set the building alight.
I can't.
Well,
that's why.
Let's just try some. I'll use the same technique to get through. If people have trouble, like if people aren't going to make it, but they want to come through now, I'll use my sword and use the acid to eat through the webbing.
Mm-hmm. So you spend some time to burn through the webbing with acid.
Well, but as I say, if people need to come through now, or do you want me to just have a quick look at the door and come back?
I'm happy for you to have a quick look at the door, but I'm reluctant to take my sword out and start cutting because flames and webs don't work well together.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest
even Horori, with his lack of intelligence, even knows this. So,
yes.
So
burning would be a bad thing at this stage. Maybe on the way out. Maybe we can cook dinner for the arena when they invite us.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yes.
But yeah, okay. In that case, then Nashru will have a look at the door first to see whether it's then going to be worth spending time to cut through for the others. So he'll go down, check to make certain the door's not trapped, listen at the door, see if you can hear anything, and quietly open it.
Okay, give me a perception roll.
37.
Okay, you hear the sounds of chattering on the other side.
Can I understand the chattering?
Well, they appear to be speaking Sylvan.
I speak Sylvan.
And they seem to be having half of a conversation.
Half a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get the gist of the half that I'm hearing?
You're hearing it. Yes. So they're coming down. Okay. So they don't want to stay for dinner. No. I'll see if they want to have brunch down here.
Okay. And is the voice that's speaking Sylvan? Does it sound similar to Gossamer? Like likely coming from the same type of voice box?
It does sound as a similar sort of raspy voice.
Okay. I will then. Okay. So I didn't. Did I find any traps on the door?
There were no traps.
Okay. Was it? Did it be unlocked?
It is unlocked.
Okay. I won't actually open it yet, though. I will return to the corner where I'm currently standing at this stage, and then explain what's happening, and suggest that, okay, well, we've been in the others, friends of of Gossamer down here, who are also interested in having dinner, seemingly, or at least apparently brunch. So there's certainly something to find. I would suggest that, yes, we do want to actually go forward in this direction.
Who knew you could use spider webs as an intercom system?
Hey, it's what they call surfing the web.
Is it like when you get like a cup and a piece of string?
Technically, yes. That's how the cups work.
So yes, if people don't have any fastaways, then Natural uses acidic rapier to effectively aim to cut the edge of the webs off one wall, so therefore they're more likely to fall away a bit and leave the space for others to get through.
Please, because as I kind of about to unsheath Susan, it kind of lights up with a bit of flame, and I said, well, I don't really want to burn things too well, because that's going to let everyone know where we are.
Well, you realise that if you pull out Shuisen, you're probably going to set the room alight just by pulling it out.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just going to keep it sleek, and I'll follow your instructions, Nashru. That's the second nice thing I said tonight. See? Twice.
He's learning.
Indeed, he is learning.
I'm just trying to be polite to the party at the moment. So.
It's a doppelganger.
Well, I have died a fair few times. You don't know if it's a real Rory or Aurora or whatever recognition of myself that I am. So,
I mean, well, the point is, we don't care. It's an improved version. It listens to instructions.
Wait till next death.
Okay, so yes, Nashville will explain about what he'd heard in there, and so the others can prepare. We'll come down towards the doorway quietly.
In which case, there will be a stealth roll for everyone.
Well, they can attempt to be quiet. I'm not going to.
Unless, of course,
considering they know we're here, I'm not actually aiming to put all that noisy, but Nashru got 29 on stealth.
But
Avery got 26.
Surprisingly, Harori got 25.
Rory got 25. Yes, it really must
Told
be
you,
a
new improved version.
It's this new armor from Splat that does the job.
And the very sneaky goblin got 30.
What do you add
I'm
on
letting
to
us down.
Yeah, I think so. What do you add on to stealth? I'm hoping lots.
It's dexterity. And
If you're not trained in stealth, yes, it's just dexterity.
Just
I shall
dexterity.
I'll
Guys,
just
I
check
think
your
I
shit.
felt 2 feet. I rolled 5 plus 1.
Ooh. So you're not so quiet going down there, but hey, you help cover the noise for the rest of us.
yeah,
So what was that?
But
You're
it was
going
a total
down
of
there,
6.
asking everyone questions. Are we supposed to be stealthy? Am I stealthy enough?
Okay. Where did you go? What happened?
I'm so lonely without Splat. Oh no! And yeah, there you go.
And what did you see? What was it? Okay, so yes.
Basically, yeah. So there's some noise going down the corridor, but Nashru will then, when we're at the door there and stopped, it'll simply indicate, okay, ready. Does anyone want to be facing the door to be able to see straight in if Nashru opens the door?
I'm happy to stand in front.
So Nashru will go to the other side of the door. Does the door open inwards or outwards from this spot?
When you go to open it, the door just falls over.
Okay.
It wasn't
In that
actually
case,
attached.
In that case, then Nashru will push the door inwards, and he's on the other side of the door from where we are right now. Harori's in front of the door. I don't know if anyone's behind Harori also looking in, and then the other two are presumably just in the other side.
So Rory goes in.
Well, no, we're looking in first. What are we seeing?
Yeah, I'm going to stand at the door, and I'm not going to walk in yet.
So the core of this pagoda on this floor has been gutted. The few remaining walls in this area are crumbling, and only the presence of 4 huge stone pillars carved with pictures of battling dragons seems to keep the building up. Thick webs fill the corners of the room. The central section of the pagoda has suffered the most, with a great rip in the floor creating a steep-walled pit, sloping into a dark shaft choked with webs.
Do we see anyone in here?
Yes, there are 4 of those giant bugs in the ceiling of this room.
And how high is the ceiling?
About 15 foot.
Okay.
It's not too bad. Not much of a drop this time, right?
Well, about 15 to 20,
well-
so they can get up to 20 if they wish to.
Okay.
Well, I suspect there might be a bit of a drop in the middle.
There's a bit of a drop in the middle. You don't know how far that goes down.
Okay.
But they
Yeah,
they don't immediately attack or anything like that? Are they just waiting for our reaction?
They seem to be chittering to each other.
Can we understand them?
Richard can. Assuming your tongues is still working.
Yep, it is. It goes. How long have we been walking for, by the way?
Probably about 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, sure. It's still working because it goes for an hour.
So they're going, are they coming in? Are they just standing there? Is that the one who's died so many times?
Oh, really,
Guys,
Martin?
they seem to know that we're here.
Well, they were deciding whether to invite us for brunch, so of course they know we're here.
Yeah, but I think they are pretty much onto us being just outside the door.
Well, we did drop the door inside into the room, so...
Yeah, plus we weren't kind of...
Well, Nashu will poke his head around and saying, someone was talking about brunch?
Okay, as you poke your head around,
Mimosas.
a bit of webbing flies out at your face.
Okay.
And as an attack roll, it hits an armor class of 20.
Now, that hits the doorpost beside me.
Yep.
How rude.
Well, no, that was the invitation for brunch, I'm guessing.
You hear this
Perhaps I
voice
should-
in the distance going, "Invitation extended. Please follow the line."
I'm guessing that's initiative, because Nashu's about to respond to the invitation with, following the line carefully, sending an arrow straight back up it.
Okay, I should at least create some of these creatures, so...
So these creatures are similar to halflings, always thinking of their stomach.
Well,
That's
with
one
their
way of putting
stomach.
it.
Come on, I'm not always thinking of my stomach.
He's thinking about his next
Sometimes
song.
make- Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay, we're aware of that. If you're thinking with your stomach all the time, you probably come up with other statements.
Okay, so it has...
Hey, Martin, from my nature roll before, do I know what these things are, like, afraid of? Like, what their natural enemy is?
People.
And fire.
Okay.
No, they're not.
And apparently they
particularly-
don't like Oni either.
They're not afraid of fire.
What? So getting burnt and their webs burning? I thought that would be the natural. And be afraid of getting burnt.
But remember, they're all sorcerers.
True.
This is where black tentacles could be very handy, Annie. So just putting it out there.
It would be perfectly
Well, it'd be
wonderful
really handy if you could have it coming from hanging from the roof.
Possible. It's possible.
I don't know whether it does or not, but
it sticks to a floor.
it always sticks to, well,
We could hold him to the floor.
next to the floor and the ceiling above.
Okay, so I will be asking for what your initiative is.
You good?
Uh,
Yeah.
26 for Nashru.
26 for Nashru.
Because I'm guessing he's used perception rather than stealth since he was talking to them.
It was. What is Zenith? Ross?
27.
And what is Sorori?
21.
And what is Bog?
22.
And what is Avery?
He is 24.
Woohoo! Last
Guys
again.
did well. And it is Xenos first. As a bit of webbing comes towards you and hits the wall, and you hear one of them call out, just follow the line. Hold the line.
Okay. I think I'll hold and I'll wait until everybody else moves in first.
Okay. Jeremy.
As I said, I'm following the line with my arrow.
Okay, the one that did you is, let's see if I can actually get it to ping.
Woohoo! And after getting a low perception thing, he follows it up with an actual 20.
Well, that's pretty good.
He should follow the line
So
fairly
it's the one
accurately.
over there that shot at you.
Okay. So,
So natural 20. Mhm. So
natural 20,
and what's the armor class?
which makes it a total of 39 to hit.
39 to hit. That makes it a improved critical. So I actually get to pull out my special cards. Don't do that very often. Okay, so let's see, which ones are those ones? They are the critical fumble deck. I don't need that one right now. I'll just leave it aside just in case.
I'm sure you use it as soon as they start attacking.
I'm sure I will. Condition cards off to the side, and all of the rules for our condition cards. Let's see. Critical hit deck. With your piercing shot.
Piercing bow, yes. Piercing arrow.
Okay.
A
So
+1 composite longbow.
you
Short bow,
do,
I should say.
you do double damage plus nick and artery doing 2d6 bleed damage.
Okay, so I'll just roll the d8 and the d20. I think, hang on, I'll just double check the d8. D6. So, and then 2d6 bleed as a separate roll. So that makes, oh great. 6 points of damage from 12 points of damage from the critical, and then 7 points of bleed.
So how much was it total?
Currently 19.
19.
And
The bleed.
bow specialization effect. The target gets stuck to the surface by the missile. It's immobile and must spend an interact action to attempt a DC 10 athletics check to pull the missile free before it can move from its space. Obviously, it can still shoot web quite happily, but it's not moving for a bit or a moment.
Yep.
And then I will see if I can follow that up with another nice shot.
Okay.
Not nearly so nice.
What'd you get?
Total of 20.
Total of 20. Okay. Total of 20 is a miss.
Does a mobile change its AC at all? Not that probably enough to make a difference, but I just had a sudden thought that, oh, hang on.
I'm going to check where...
Yes. It might not have wanted to move much, but it might actually be a bonus to be immobile anyway.
Okay, so immobile.
I'll look it up while you're going to the next person. That's fine. Because obviously, I don't think even if it was a mobile, it'd be a maximum of 2 or something. So I guess it's still a miss.
Immobilized doesn't give you the flat-footed condition.
No, okay. Oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking about critical the sneak attack type stuff, but he didn't have it in this one, so that's fine.
Okay, so how much did you get on the bleed for that guy?
7 points of bleed.
Okay, so that was your go. Did Ross want to go now?
So Nash will
no.
also just use his third action to just move to the other side of the door there to make room for the others to come through if they wish to.
Okay.
Yep.
It is Avery.
Okay, I'm going to cast haste on Harori.
Does Harori allow it?
Harori, do you want to go faster and get an extra action for striking and stuff?
Yeah. I've been nice to the new Harori. It's the new Harori today. So, yeah, that sounds good, Avery. What a great idea. There you go.
See,
Okay,
Samurai blender.
I told you he's a doppelganger.
So he gains the quickened condition and can use the extra action each round only for strike and stride actions.
Gotcha. Move and attack. Yeah.
So yes, you got the actual condition cards for it, but it's not move and attack. It is specifically stride and strike. So you can't use it for a 5-foot step or one of the other move actions.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they are specifically to attack or to stride. Okay, so. And how many actions was that, Richard?
That's 2, and then I'll just move out of the doorway.
Up to there?
Around the
Okay, then it is Bug's go. Would Bug like to wade in and kill everything?
So they're all, none of them are on the ground, they're all like up in rafters, yeah?
They are all up in the rafters.
If I'm wanting to move to the doorway so I could potentially get to that one that's already been injured. So I've got Shadow Blast, which is a 30-foot cone, 15-foot burst within 120 feet or a 50-foot line.
That's a 50-foot
Could I walk? Yeah. Actually, could I cast from the spot to the left of Jeremy? So that I'm not directly in the line of fire after that?
Well, how many actions does your spell take?
That is a good question. I don't know. I'm looking at it on the...
It takes 2.
And that spot there has webbing, so you can get yourself caught in the webbing next to Jeremy.
Alright, let's not do that. So all the white squares are webbing.
The white squares are actual thick webbing.
Okay, alright. So what about that spot diagonally to the left up from Jeremy?
That one there?
Out of the way. Yeah.
You can get there.
And can I also still then reach that one that's already injured?
He is now 55 feet away from you.
Yeah. I can do it within... Well, it says 15-foot burst within 120 feet or 50-foot line.
So if you do a 50-foot burst, you can technically get both of those in a 50-foot burst.
No, it's not a 50, it's a 15.
Oh, 15-foot burst.
Yeah, 15-foot burst or...
Well,
it says
technically,
within 120 feet, though.
If you can land it directly between those two, it will hit both of them.
And what type of damage are you doing?
Because a burst is 15-foot radius from it. Because if I went and found the... Game tools... Burst... 15-foot... So here's a 15-foot burst.
Sweet. Alright, cool. And from my nature roll I did on them before, do I know what sort of damage they're particularly susceptible to?
No, you don't, because they're not susceptible to any particular type of damage. They have magic. They can protect themselves from various things if they wish to.
Alright. Do I know which one they're particularly resistant to?
Again, they're not particularly resistant to anything. They can protect themselves from
Okay.
whatever they like.
Whatever.
They are all
Okay.
spellcasters, which means that
Yeah.
you could pretty much be leaving yourself open to many attacks from magic.
What if I have a crack at them, or if I stay where I'm standing, do you mean?
Even if you stay where you're standing. Some of them don't need much of a view to be able to hit something with, say, Magic Missile. But Magic Missile doesn't do a whole lot of damage at low level.
Alright, let's have a go at it anyway, because it's a new spell and I want to use it.
All good. So you want to hit 2 of them with it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you target a spot there and hit. What does the spell say?
So I get to choose what type of damage I do: acid, bludgeoning, cold, electricity, fire, force, piercing, slashing, or sonic. And then I roll 5d8 damage.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So do bludgeoning then, I guess. I guess that's pretty
bludgeoning means that
It's
you won't
pretty
risk the flames getting alight.
Yeah. Alright, bludgeoning. And it's a basic reflex or will for them. They can pick.
Okay, so the first one gets a... First one gets a... Braining not great today, so he gets a 22.
Yeah.
And the second one gets a 21.
So is that against my spell DC?
That is against your spell DC.
So they both get hit then.
They do.
My spell DC 28.
What is your spell DC?
28?
28, so yes, so it's just a standard hit, which is good.
And then do I roll the 5d8?
You do roll the 5d8.
Alright, found the right dice.
That's
Plus
okay.
7.
You got a 7 total?
So one, do I roll it 5 times?
You do roll it 5 times, or I could just do the 5d8 here for you.
Yeah, go on, you do that.
27. Very quick way of doing dice rolls for people. So, quite effective. So, next person up is Horori. Would you like to run out there?
Yo, running. I'm going to go for the one that decided to hurt Jeremy.
Okay, so running this way. Where are you going to run?
Run to the one that's most damaged. The one.
This one over
the
here,
critical
straight
one, yeah.
towards it?
Yep.
Give me a perception roll as you go running.
23.
23. Okay, as you get there, you see it goes down deep. That marking on the ground is a hole in the floor.
Yeah, no. I expected that it was a hole in the. Oh, I thought you mentioned it, so that's why I was going to run around the edge. That's all.
Well, that's why I asked if you're going to go straight for him. Go, yeah, I'll go straight for him.
No, sorry, I meant run around the edge. Sorry, that's what I meant. Sorry, apologise, Martin.
How far can you run?
30 feet per action. So.
Well, because you have to stop and look down the hole. That's 3 actions to get to there.
And I've got haste. Can I strike with my last action?
You can strike with your last action.
Okay. And I say, only I invite Nashru to dinner when I do that. So.
Okay.
That is a 28 to hit.
28 to hit with the flaming sword.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so as you pull the sword out around you, the webbing all starts to catch alight. It's up in the webbing, remember?
Oh, it's at the wedding, isn't it? Okay, fair enough.
And you stab it. You stab it and hit it with your flaming blade.
Okay. I'll roll normal damage, I assume.
Yep.
Okay.
That's okay. He's the one who had the bleed on him.
Okay, it's... I know. I'll try to make sure that he's dead. 29...
Bleed happens at the start of your turn.
I did it?
It does, yes, at the start of the creature's turn.
Okay, so 29 plus 8 is 37, plus 3 is 40 points of damage, 3 points fire. Magical slashing. Cool. I expect to be targeted by 3 different spiders right now.
Okay, so next person up is.
Sorry, I was been on mute. I've been saying something. I forgot I was on mute. But Harori, is there a reason you're not taking your fourth action?
He took
I
three.
had 3 movement.
He had to take 3 moves to get there.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So what you didn't hear, because I was on mute, was Nashru was saying, don't go for that one. What are you idiot?
Well, I didn't hear Nashru because Nashru wasn't talking properly. He's talking in a language I didn't understand. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, the language of common sense.
Yeah. Trying to be... So this is the Nashru I don't like, yes. Cheeky Nashru.
In which case, let's have Harori do a will saving throw.
Well, these are my best ones.
Is it?
I don't know yet. We'll find out. Here we go.
Hey, it's that magic dice. Hasn't failed you yet.
Maybe he has now. 17.
That doesn't sound like good saving though.
Now,
Okay, Harori.
if that's a fail,
sleepy.
I feel sleepy, do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can live with that. I'm not going to use a resolve on that one.
You're not going to use a resolve on that one?
I don't think I'm just trying to check my skill set. Just continue on with other people if you want. But
Well, it is important what happens to you now.
I was going to say, have you just dropped off to sleep?
well,
And when you fall asleep, do you fall forward down the hole?
Jeremy,
No, there's a pillar in the way.
I know, that's right.
you giving him too
And
many
normally
ideas,
you'd quite happily
Jeremy?
fall within your 5 foot scape.
Don't give him any ideas, Jeremy. Starting.
Well, you were looking down, you want to see how far it was. It might wake you up when you hit the bottom.
Okay, that's not that one. If you fail a will saving throw against an effect greater than 1 round, you can make additional save at the end of your next round to treat the effect. That's that one.
Okay.
I've only got one. I got one resolve left. I can actually re-roll that. Fortitude or will saves. Yeah, I'm going to use it just in case.
I'm sure using it on the minion won't matter.
25.
Okay, 25. You start to yawn and then shake it off.
Cool.
Hearing some cursing from behind you.
Otherwise, I was going to dream message you to wake the fuck up.
And then it
Okay.
tries to hit you with some webbing and hits the spider beside you, lighting up the webbing on the flaming webbing, and a line of fire comes behind you, right across your cheek.
Hey, at least ask me first before you want to invite, I say.
That was the invite.
No, he's got to ask first and then send the web.
Do you ever ask to send an invite to someone?
Oh, just go with Harori's thinking here on this one. Just go with it. Okay. I'm expecting another spell coming my way next, so. Oh. Ooh, he's a very fast-moving spider.
Okay, so Harori gets to make another will save.
Oh, God.
It is will save night.
My resolves only can use one per turn, can't I?
Pretty much.
Yeah, you know that dice I don't like when it rolls a certain number?
Roll
I've got one of
one.
those at the moment. Yeah.
There is
Oh,
one.
sugar.
There is one nightly reroll.
I'm taking it. I need it.
And no more rerolls for the night.
That is a 21 instead.
Okay, so you managed to shake that one off. Yeah, here it is go. Here it is go. I must have skipped one. Yep, this guy. He has his go.
Yeah, and then I've got my go, then I go again.
Okay, so he moves over to there. And Harori, you get to make another will save.
God. 18?
Okay, so third time lucky.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I fall asleep.
You fall asleep, dropping your blade as you fall into the webbing.
Oh, the floor's made of webbing, is it?
There's webbing all around you.
Okay.
That's on fire. Remember, you did set on the light.
So you'll sleep warm at least.
True. Okay.
Okay, so now it's up to Ross. Do you want to keep
Okay.
skipping and holding?
No. I like to move 40 to get down to the bottom one, because I'm going to use my key blast, which has got a range of a 30 feet cone. So how far can I get in 40?
There's 40.
Ah, bugger.
Because you can't go sideways through doors.
Well, didn't you say your cone was 30 feet? Or you hoping to get both of them?
Yeah, I was trying to get both of them.
Well, how many actions did your key blast use?
Depends on how. If I want 30, it uses 2. If
Oh,
I
okay.
only want 15, it uses 1. And if I use all 3, I get 60. So is that a 31?
That is a 30-foot cone.
Okay,
So you
well, I can
could
get
get
those
both
two
of them, but they both have cover.
Problem is, one of them has the pillar protecting it. So this one here has a pillar on this side, unless he shoots up that way.
Well, yeah, I think so. I would have said they would have both had cover, like good cover, but I don't know what the effect is. Or
If
how
he shoots
effective
out of
cover would
this,
be.
if he shoots out of this square here, he can hit that one without cover.
But
there's no way to hit this one without the cover unless you're shooting straight up.
So I'm getting 1 out regardless.
You're getting one.
Well,
Which
you
one?
could get 2, but they both have cover.
No, that one won't.
It's a directional blast, so
Yeah, it's
That-
a key blast. It's the Kami blast. You know how from Dragon
So-
Ball and all the other things?
that's probably your best
Okay.
bet.
Yeah, I'll go for you. Okay, so it's a level 3, but it's heightened +1.
Remember, if you're going for him, You could just go a 15, do it a 1 action thing, and you can still move if you want to.
Yeah, but then I do less.
Okay.
Because with the heightened one, for every plus, it's a heightened +1, and I get 2 d6 for each one.
Fair enough then.
Okay, so he's got a fortitude saving throw of has to beat a 24.
Well,
He does not.
I was going to say, why did you go all the way down to the bottom? Why didn't you just stand between the 2 pillars and get both of them? Like on the edge of the pit.
He was trying to be smart.
I was trying to get below them. Okay, so it does 3d6, and then that's a level 3. How does heighten? It's a heighten +1, so is that +7?
So let me see. Which spell is it?
Key blast.
So is that
I'm hearing a monk power.
Is that a focus power?
Yeah, it's force.
Key blast.
Yeah, and it's the 2 action one. So I'm doing at least 2d. Was it? So it's 3d6, and then with a heighten +1, and that's each heighten is a 2d6.
So focus 3 makes it a. I believe that makes it a 3rd level spell. What level spell can you get up to at the moment? It should be 5th level, so you can only heighten it by 2. So you can only heighten up to 5 at 10th level, I believe. Is that correct?
So that's it's a heighten +1. So that's
no,
heightened.
You can't. You can't heighten above what a 10th level character can cast. So I believe 5th level is what they can do.
So it's heightened twice. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yep.
And it's automatically heightened. You don't get to choose. It's automatically done that way.
Yep. So that's 4. That's 7d6.
7d6. Do you want me to do the 7d6 for you quickly?
Yes, please. That'll be easier because easier to count up.
Does 25.
Cool. That's given it a headache.
It has, with a solid thumb. And then I believe it is Nashru's go. They're all.
Okay.
Most of them are hiding from you.
Sorry?
Most of them are attempting to hide from you.
Okay. Well, that's all right. I was planning on effectively using the cover that I've got at the moment to act as a sneak, so that then I can sneak into the room a bit and come up behind them where they won't see me. So, damn it. Natural 20 on the stealth.
Yep.
Which gives me 42.
They don't appear to notice you enter the room.
Yep. I will go for... I'll come right down the bottom of the room. And then...
How far is that movement? 25 or 30?
Oh, sorry, yeah, I've got I've got, 35 foot movement.
That get you to there?
Yep. And then I will take a shot at the one directly closest to me.
Closest to you?
Yep.
Easy shot.
33.
33 is a hit.
Okay. So that becomes...
And actually, it's a crit. It's a crit.
It's a crit! Okay.
Well, they are level 4 creatures.
Yep.
You should be critting more than missing.
Yep. 13 plus 15 plus 2d6. 15. A total of 19 piercing damage.
It's still going. Shoot it again.
Yeah, I'll have another shot.
If in doubt, double tap.
Indeed. Well, cause I haven't left this one bleeding to not worry about it again, you see, whereas 15 plus, where have I gone? Combat, 29 AC.
29 AC. That is a standard hit.
Standard hit for 7 points of damage. 8 points of damage, sorry.
I don't think the extra point of damage made that much difference.
Okay. In fact, actually, twice that. Yeah, okay. It's 7 points of damage anyway, but yeah. What's that only plus 2? And that's me done.
That would be 3 actions.
Yep.
That would be Avery.
So, how far is the door entrance? Is that 20 feet?
That is 20 feet from you to the doorway. 25 feet to stand in the doorway.
Yeah. Move me my movement.
20. Oh, sorry, that's 15 foot there.
Okay, so I have moved 25 feet.
So you want to move into the room?
Yes.
Oh, that's right, Martin.
Yeah.
And, sorry, it doesn't fall because it got pinned to the ceiling as well.
It was also
By
in the
first
webbing,
shot.
which is actually amusing that Horori managed to stab up 15, 20 feet into the ceiling.
A bit of a leap.
He is amazing.
How far is that one in front of me? The one that's bleeding?
There's no bleeding one. This one's been hurt, and he is 25 feet.
Okay.
The bleeding one's over here.
But not bleeding anymore.
Very nice. I'm going to cast blindness on him.
Yep. Is there a saving throw?
Fortitude.
I believe he failed unless a 17 would succeed.
Oh no, it's 28 he needed to get.
Then he critically failed.
So that means that he is now blinded for quite a while.
I'd say blinded for the rest of his life.
Quite possibly.
Hey, Martin,
Yeah.
since that spider that blinded Sleek me is now dead, does that do anything to me yet or not?
No,
No, cool. I thought I'd start.
It's not a concentration spell.
it is not.
Yeah.
Just got to ask. You got to ask these questions.
A crit failure is he's permanently blinded.
So yes, for the rest of his life.
Good news for him, though. He's not blinded for long.
Okay, next up is Bug.
Quick question. Is there another website I can view Pathfinder 2 spells on? Because I'm using that Archives of Nethys and I can't find a bunch of stuff.
Half the witch stuff is in the playtest, which you'd need to get from Paizo. Besides that, the Archives of Nethys would have most of the things that I've got.
Yeah. Because I've written down stuff, I find it in Archives of Nethys, and I'm like, what the fuck does this do?
You could try Path Builder on your phone.
It might not have the playtest material. Which spell were you thinking of?
And I've got heaps of stuff written down that I can't find, like Veil of Dreams I can't find, Shroud of Night I can't find. Like, did I make these up? Was I drunk? I don't know.
Well, no. You got inspired by Splat.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, so just so you have some idea, Veil of Dreams,
Yeah.
it's in the playtest book. It's not in any of the official material because it's only part of the playtest material. So
Okay,
majority.
so I didn't.
Because
Well, that's encouraging at least.
Okay, so I'll try to send it to you, Annie, if that will help.
Cool. Thanks, Martin.
I did say I'll attempt. Who knows if I'll succeed?
I'm just impressed that I didn't make it up, to be fair.
Hey, it'd be even funny if you did make it up and it worked. So it's been sent to you through Google. Hopefully it will arrive shortly. Okay. So while you're looking that up, I'm assuming you're delaying.
Pages of it.
Yeah.
So you're looking that up, you're delaying, so it's going to... Where is my roster?
Sleepy time. I get to roll a will save at the end of my turn, Martin, because of one of my samurai things. But I'd assume you'll tell me what happens with me right now. I'm falling asleep in the web.
Sure, give me a will save.
The
Does he say?
nice warm web.
Does the sword take over?
No, he dropped the sword.
Dropped it.
He had to leave.
I will go to 26 on my will.
You got a 26 on your will. Okay, you wake up for start. Give me a reflex save.
Reflex time.
What's that first step? It's a doozy. Don't wake up on the wrong side of the bed.
29.
29. Okay, you're hanging off the edge of that lip there. Having slid down between the pillar and the floor. And you can see the flaming blade of Shusen sliding down the hole.
Oh, really? Can I attempt to grab it, or is that my turn done?
That's the end of your turn. Because
Because
waking up
the end of
is
your
the end of
turn.
your turn.
Yeah. No, you hear me say. Okay, that's all for me.
Okay. Okay, so while you're grabbing onto the edge with your fingers, something bites you. So apparently this was his good thing for the night.
What do you get? What do you get?
He got a 32.
He just got me.
Okay.
Particularly while you're hanging from the edge.
So now I've got to look up poison as well. So you might want to make a fortitude save.
Poison.
Fortitude save.
No, I'm not immune. Oh no, I knew. Here we go. A 30.
A 30. Okay, so you take... Apparently minimum physical damage.
Cool.
And no poison damage because you made the poison save.
So how much damage do I take now?
2 whole points of damage.
1, 6. Okay.
So that is a 1 and a 1 there on the dice.
Nicely done, man. I like to work on that one. I go, hey!
This one comes over and does the same thing. Apparently misses just.
Yeah, 29 my armor class.
Remember, he's blind.
Oh, that's right, he's blind. He goes into the hole and goes down. So he goes away from sight.
Did he apparently deliberately go down the hole or accidentally go down the hole?
He deliberately goes down the hole.
Okay.
So he disappears.
Well, he gets to be blind for longer.
Well, we did say the rest of his life.
If I'm on hold, Martin, does that mean I can do something?
You can jump in now if you wish.
So, have they disappeared down the hole?
One has disappeared down the hole. One of them's trying to stab Harori, who's hanging on by his fingers.
Do we know how deep the hole is?
Very deep.
You haven't looked down the hole.
Okay. Does anyone know how deep the hole is?
Very deep. Ow, ow!
Oh yeah, that's right.
Gotcha.
Haruri, you get to make a acrobatics check as you're hanging on to the edge. No, athletics check.
Acrobatics.
We'll make it athletics.
Maybe athletics. That's better. I like athletics.
Well, it's athletics. It's a strength check.
27.
Okay,
25,
yes.
sorry.
Even though your fingers were bitten, you're managing to hang on to the edge.
Well, I know what I'm doing next turn is trying to get my sword, but yes, yeah.
So what is
Just let go.
What is Annie doing to save?
Well, I was thinking of sending black tentacles down the hole, but if I don't know how deep it is, I can't really do that.
No,
Yeah,
you've got to
no.
pick a surface.
Yeah. All right, doesn't matter.
You continuing to hold at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay.
That brings us to Xanis.
Um,
One of your targets went down the hole. Do you want to go after it?
no, but can I see the sword falling?
You can see the sword has descended almost out of sight.
Okay, well, I'm going to do wind jump.
Yep.
Go and pick up the sword. Is the sword classed as martial for me?
Well, as you're watching the sword is easy to find because there's a trail of flaming webbing behind it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it before it sets the entire tower on fire.
Too late. It's been done.
Um,
To catch it, you have to jump into the flames.
No, I'd be flying through the flames. That's what the wind jump gives me. I can fly for 1 minute, but at the end of my turn, I need to land on solid ground.
Well, there's webbing to hang on to.
No. What I want to do is fly down because I've got a move of 40. So fly down, pick up the sword, give it to the Forsaken Samurai, and I'll. It should give me 2 turns, and
Okay.
I'll land next to him, and I'll basically attack the
The sword.
Spider.
The sword is currently 60 foot down. How many actions does it take to activate the spell?
It's oh wait a second, it's the boxes, isn't it? So it's 2. Oh well, I could get it next turn. Oh, fuck. No, I can't because I only got a range of 120.
And plus, if you went down there, you would have to make a reflex save twice, taking the worst result, because you're flying through webbing that's currently spinning and moving.
Why can't I have force pull?
It wouldn't work on the magical grab for cantrip. Doesn't work on magical items, or at least it doesn't in other editions.
Wind stand so I can beat the crap out. Hey, can I actually punch the sword back up with wind stance?
So you
You've got to get down to it first.
You want to get under the sword and then punch it?
No, wind stance. It's out of 30 feet. Okay. I can hit things at 30 feet. I can't drag things at 30 feet. I think I'll just have to run around and beat the crap out of the spider then.
Okay, so running around the outside.
Yeah.
That is 60-foot movement.
Okay, so yeah, I'll do that, and I'll attack it. Natural 20. So that hits 39.
That hits 39, so that makes it another one of those outstanding criticals.
Yeah. It is magical. Let's see, bring up my bloody... I don't think it does anything magical, does it?
What sort of attack were you making?
It's a Mystic Strike. So it's become magical.
Which is that the key? Is it a key focus ability?
No, it's a Mystic Strike's ability. Key one, I'll I wouldn't be able to activate an attack at the same time because I think it takes one action to activate it. So I'm just using my standard mystical strikes.
So your mystical
Which-
strike is it a
My
spell?
unarmed attack
Is it an
becomes
ability?
magical.
Yeah.
So it's just
It's standard damage.
It's standard damage, but I'm classed as a magical attack.
Okay, so it's not really a mystical strike in that respect. Is you're actually attacking and you have the magic tag on your unarmed attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So-
I'm just saying that on my thing, it states
So they call it mystical
call it
strikes.
mystical strikes.
You can
Okay.
gain the magic trait.
So you do a fairly hefty hit. You actually multiply your damage by 4 instead of by 2.
Okay. Do I roll for the second attack as well? Because with my what was it?
Roll the
Fury
damage on the
bonus.
first one. 'cause
You,
probably dead.
you declared a specific attack. If you're doing something that has 2 attacks in a round that stack, you need to
Okay,
declare
fair
that
enough. Yep,
before
that's
you
all right.
attack.
No, it's all right. So it's 4 dice. Ooh, that's nasty. Okay, there's 19 points of damage.
Multiplied by 4. Because you should be just giving me the final number here.
Oh, ew. Multiplied by 4. That's
76.
yeah. I got spider goo on my hands. That's
He went pop. Okay, so
Nashru's going to move forward to the edge of the pit, and having seen how effectively his arrows could stick things to the wall, he'll aim to shoot and catch the katana from falling down any further.
okay. Give me an attack roll. It is quite a way down.
Yep. We're talking more than 120?
No, it is at about the 60 range.
Okay, I'll make it it's a 60-foot range for the short bow, so I'll give it the -2 for being either at or just beyond. But 19, that makes it 36.
Okay, so it hits it, pinning it to the webbing, and you're seeing the webbing around it all lighting up in flame. As
And
is your
I'm
arrow.
saying to Harori, turn the bloody thing off, will you?
No, if I'm not holding
Can
it,
someone
the
put
flame
out
is
the
off.
light, put out the webbing?
It only turns on when I'm holding it, as far as I'm aware. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, it stayed
Okay.
on.
It turns on
Stayed
when
on
you. At the moment, it turns on when you pull it out of the sheath.
That's
And
true.
apparently it
That's
stayed on even when you dropped it.
cool.
Oh, it's not cool,
still-
that's the problem.
Hey, I've got ways out of this. Don't worry. I've been looking up, researching spells that come with the sword.
And there
It's
are
all good.
flames all around you
You're
everywhere.
currently burning in the web right now, and it's causing more burning to occur.
I'm about to go get the sword and turn it off, okay? But I just need to get it. How far is there?
Okay, so next person up is Avery. As you're watching flames start licking the ceiling around you, the entire room above you is on fire.
Okay, guys, I'm out of here.
You going down the hole or going backwards? Because
I'm going
the flame will probably beat you to the doors.
down where?
Down this hole right here.
Flames burn up, not down.
I was going to say, isn't it burning down there?
There is some burning, but the burning's all on this side.
Because Harori decided to set the thing alight.
No problem. Get over it. It's all good.
Well, it's not good if we burn the place down.
It was going to happen eventually. Either way, it was going to happen eventually, okay?
Well, the one thing Grace asked was, could the party not burn the place down?
Grace is not here to understand the
You
situation.
discussed it.
I can't help Grace in this situation.
So, yeah. So what's Terry doing? What's
Avery doing?
Avery doing?
Avery's trying to work out what he's going to do because his natural instinct is to run away. But because he's going to be surrounded by flames, he's not sure about that.
Well, he thinks.
Yep.
Horori, you're hanging on, getting burnt. You are taking currently 6 points of fire damage.
Okay. I can see the sword from where I am.
You can see the sword from where you are.
It might be a bit smoky or a bit blurry.
It's been knocked off. It's been sort of knocked to the side from below you, where it's been pinned to the wall.
It's pinned to the wall with an arrow kind of thing, right?
Yes.
Now, the only way to get to it is jump down there, right?
Yep.
Well, and then don't miss. Because I guess it goes a lot further than 60 feet down.
It does.
Hey, Martin.
Yep.
I've got telekinetic maneuver, which means that I can shove a foe. Could that also apply to the sword? Could I shove the sword up?
Probably not up. You can
I think
probably
shove probably implies away from you.
You can probably push it further away.
Into more webbing. That's a great idea.
Shoved in. Or could I use it to shove Mark up so that he's not hanging anymore?
Mark's jump.
Most of the time, most of the time, it is away from you.
Okay.
So when you shove something, you push it. So Mark, go ahead.
I'm going to jump down and get the sword.
Okay.
The sword's got ability that if I get it in time, I might be able to save myself.
Okay.
I said might.
So you let go and aim for the sword.
I aim for the sword.
Give me an acrobatics roll.
Acrobatics, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. 20.
Okay, you drop about 30 feet and get caught in flaming webbing.
Oof.
Okay. Can I do another drop out of that flaming webbing through the sword?
How?
You've probably got to extricate yourself from the webbing first.
Yes. Can I use my strength to pull apart the webbing and go down further?
Give me a strength check.
Hopefully it won't be that hard if the webbing's all burning.
Martin, I'm going to do Shadow Blast Cold on the whole area where the sword is.
You'll have to wait until after Horori's go.
And remember, you've got the whole area above us too. You could
maybe I'll shoot it up there.
Straight strength, I assume. So the plus 6 is 12.
12. Okay, so you managed to break the webbing, encasing your hands in fire.
Okay, and I'll still drop towards the next one.
And give me another acrobatics roll.
15.
Okay, you drop about another 15 feet and get caught in webbing and end your turn there.
Damn it.
Is it a straight drop or are there actually ledges down there?
Oh, it's a straight drop.
So I can't actually land on the side. I'm not that good yet.
There is nowhere to land on unless you want to land in webbing. So Horori has jumped. And now Avery was going.
Yes, so Avery's going to cast a Shadow Blast Cold in the area that's on fire in the room.
So the entire room's on fire? The whole ceiling is on fire.
The whole ceiling's on fire?
The whole ceiling's on fire. And at this stage, the hallway is also on fire.
You know that song, the house is on fire kind of song? Yeah.
And who told you that?
The roof. My apologies.
Yeah, but it's not just the roof, it's the problem.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get
the world on fire.
I'm working through the floor, the walls, then I get to the roof.
So he's going to start singing Burn for you?
Can I see the floor of the pit?
No. There's just smoke coming up. You can't see anything down there because of the smoke.
You really fucked up, Mark.
Well, I didn't realise it's webbing all around the room. I thought it was just in the white areas, but it's my problem. I'll cop that. So,
No, the white areas are where the webbing was too thick to move through.
okay, that's cool. My mistake on the whole thing. So, but I was going to do it anyway. Either way, got to pull the sword out. So,
what does
You
Avery
had
wish to
another
do?
sword you could have pulled out.
no, I've got to roll a will save against my sword.
So
I wish-
Avery
Fire-
knows that if he stays here another round, he's going to be starting taking fire damage from the fire raining from the ceiling.
Okay, I run out of the room.
You run this way.
Yep.
The hallway's on fire.
How,
The walls and the
how-
floor are on fire.
Okay, so how far can I see ahead?
You could probably see about 15 feet through the smoke and flame.
15 feet.
Yep, 3 squares.
Is that all? How far away am I to the exit of your whole thing? Like, is there a window that I can jump out of?
Nope. You have a roof above you and it's solid. The walls are solid. This is a sunken tower in the middle of a garden.
There were no windows on this ground floor.
To get out of the whole building, you got to go through those 2 top doors that Mark just showed then.
Yeah.
Or down the hole.
Or join me go for a dive into the hole. Join me. Join the cult. I've fallen.
Yeah, okay. I make a run and an athletics thing to grab hold of some webbing.
Okay.
That's probably.
Acrobatics roll.
Yep. Hang on a minute. It's not going to be good for me. 21.
21. You do grab the webbing quite easily and you find yourself suspended over the pit.
Okay. And
Unfortunately, the webbing's burning.
It is.
No, the webbing's down. Yeah, okay. Can I try and slide down it?
No, because it is sticky, even though it's burning. It's like trying to pick up napalm that's on fire.
Ouch. Okay. I'll get out my dagger and
Yep.
I'll hack it and try and cut my way down the thing.
Give me a strength check. Because there's no skill in this one.
15.
Okay, you have no problem slicing away the webbing and you drop about 15 feet.
Mm-hmm. I think that'll be my 3 actions, won't it?
That will be your actions. So you've had Harori's Hades go. Now we're up to... That person is no longer on the map.
So, Martin, I have to go, but can I just continue to try and do what I'm doing, which is like cut, grab, going down the
That is fair.
hole?
So I'll see you next time, Richard.
Yes, you will.
Okay,
you later, guys.
See you later. So, what is Bug going to do?
See ya.
People have jumped into the hole.
How far away is the sword from me?
Not
Okay.
visible from you.
From where you are, quite a distance because you can't see it. If you move...
I move to the edge of the hole.
Give me a sec, just making sure I can actually move you on the right screen. Okay, let's see. There we go. If you move to the edge of the hole, you can see it is down over here. About 60 feet down there, meaning that it is at least... I'm sorry if I do that. It's at least 90 feet from you, roughly. Between 60 and 90 feet.
Alright. That's not gonna work then.
So 60 feet down and 30 feet across.
Yeah. No, I needed it to be within 30 feet, and then I was going to try to telekinetically projectile it at Mark.
What could go wrong
Yeah.
there?
But obviously you can't reach
Well,
it. So.
Headshot.
Critical hit!
Yeah, that'll bloody hurt. That'll kill me, actually. It would actually kill me.
But it's your sword, right? It can't hurt you. You can't friendly
No.
fire.
Apparently it can hurt all of us by putting the
It
case
can
on
hurt
fire.
anyone.
Yeah, what kills you makes you stronger.
I know that very much well.
All right, so everything else is down in the hole, and everything's on fire. Correct?
Everything's on fire above you. The hallway behind you is on fire. Which reminds me, you take 8 points of fire damage.
Nice. Thanks, Mark.
No problems.
Oh, okay. So I've moved to the edge, and I see 3 of my party members down there.
You see 2 of your party members scaling down through webbing and jumping from webbing to webbing.
Okay. But we don't know what's down there yet.
You can see smoke and flame. You can't even actually see the sword because there's so much smoke.
What's everyone else trying to do? Can I shout out, like, what's the game plan here? What are you all trying to achieve?
Escape the fire, get down the hole.
Leap
and is
down,
that
leap of faith.
by getting lower down, or what are you trying to do?
Well, the
Escape the fire by getting down the hole.
Well, there
there.
seems to be an exit down here because that's where that spider went.
Okay, true.
Well, if nothing else, the base is likely safer than up higher.
I think you guys are cutting out again.
They say that the base is probably safer than up higher.
Alright. Well, fuck it. I'll start trying to climb down too.
Okay, so you just jump?
Go on.
Jumping or climbing?
Peer pressure. Come on. Jump, jump, jump.
You did see Avery try and do it by grabbing a piece of webbing to act as a sling first.
What was that, Jeremy? You cut out.
He
Okay,
said
you
that
did
you...
see-
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Avery cut off a piece or grabbed some webbing to act as a bit of a sling for himself to go down.
If someone's speaking, I can't hear it.
If you want to pass on the message, Martin, thank you.
Okay, so Nashru calls out that Avery had used the webbing as a sling to land on and then drop his cushion his fall by jumping down various levels by breaking webbing as he went.
Okay, can I attempt to do that also?
Sure, give me an acrobatics roll.
How about an intimidation roll? Can I intimidate webbing?
I'm sure you can intimidate the webbing out of your way.
I don't know, the webbing's been pretty intimidating while it's on fire.
Or survival?
Nope. Acrobatics.
Okay.
What was your
I
acrobatics
rolled
roll?
good, but I don't think I've got any add-ons. I rolled an 18, but I don't know what to add on because I'm not trained in acrobatics.
Okay, you add your dexterity and that is all.
So,
19.
19 it is. Okay, you drop 15 feet and land in some webbing.
Okay.
And that
Is the-
will end your action.
Is the webbing down here on fire or not?
Yes. Because someone threw a flaming sword down there.
What?
I
then
dropped it. I didn't throw it. I
And
did
then-
dropped it. Just get the terminology right.
And then they
You're
pinned
throwing
it,
away weapons again.
then they pinned it to the side of the webbing.
Jeremy.
So
Hey, at least that means it's only burning down to 60 feet. You get below 60, you'll be okay.
Zarin takes 8 points of fire damage. What would Zarin like to do as fire's raining down on top of you?
Don't you mean Xanis?
Sorry, Xanis, yes.
Yeah, I'm going, who is this Zarin?
Yeah. That's
So
like,
Okay.
Rob-
So an action to cast wind jump.
yep.
So I am going to go after the sword. So I've got 80 feet to play around with.
Okay, so...
So what I was planning to do is try to grab the sword. Is the samurai ability that I can actually sheath the sword, or or would it be easier just to give it to him and then try to grab onto the web?
Well, it's 15 feet to get out into the hole above the webbing. And then you can
Yep.
drop down 60 feet there.
Yep.
That puts you at 75.
And isn't he like 5 feet away from the sword?
He's about 15 feet away still.
He is 15
Okay.
feet away from the sword.
I-
And looking at it, it's there's a whole lot of flame, and it's in the middle of burning, flaming, twisting webbing.
You and your bloody fire sword.
The one you were told not to get out in the web.
Not to unsheath. Actually, which way is it pointing? Is it pointing up or down?
Pointing down at the moment. And Mark can't hear
Okay.
Jeremy at the moment either. Apparently Jeremy's special today.
Maybe my headset's died or something.
I hear you perfectly fine. I think it's something to do with Skype wonderfulness.
Yeah.
I think it's Scott one.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
I can hear everyone
Okay.
else. I can hear none. Everyone else, but not.
So if I grab the sword, can I try to stop it from causing any more flame?
Have you introduced yourself to the sword yet?
No, not yet.
And you know it's an intelligence sword that will punish those not of the bloodline. Sometimes quite severely.
Actually, what about if I grab the samurai and put him next to the... Yeah, can I do that? When I'm flying down, can I grab the samurai and bring him to the sword?
You can. You just have to pull him out of the webbing he's currently trapped in. Without entangling yourself.
The entanglement's easy. The pulling him out may be difficult. Yep.
Well, are you going to give it a try?
We're supposed to be heroic, so I'll try that.
Okay.
So what is an acrobatics to get there?
Well, you were wind jumping, weren't you?
Yes, I'm wind jumping.
So
So
you can have no problem landing on top of him with your wind jump because, well, there's just flame everywhere. But you do take another 4 points of fire damage landing on top of him.
Yeah.
Just making sure that wasn't important. Nothing to worry about. All good. Okay, so yes, you've landed on top of him. That's your second action, I believe.
Yep.
First, how many actions to activate wind jump?
It's one.
And one action to move around and land. And next action is rip him free of the webbing.
And then basically after that, it's falling.
What was your movement with your wind jump?
Basically I need to be on something.
Yeah, but don't you have 40-foot movement with your wind jump?
So currently you have used 60 feet of movement to land on top of Harori.
Yeah, and I've got 20 left.
Yeah, but that with 2 actions of move, isn't it? And again, they're probably not hearing me by the sound of it.
Okay, give me a
You're
second.
cutting in and out.
Wind jump, is that a key power?
Yeah. You gain a fly speed equal to your moves, equal to your speed.
So it took
You
you
must
2
end
move
your
actions
turn
to
on
get down
solid
to Aurori,
ground. You
plus the one to actually activate. You're with Aurori, but you don't get to do anything further yet.
Okay, so you land on Harori, ending your turn on Harori.
Yeah. Actually, can I try to put him out?
No, because he's lying in flaming webbing.
And you haven't got an action left.
You could dust out his beard at least for him.
If you dust it out enough, maybe you can rub it off for him.
Well,
Stop.
None. I'm leaving it alone, man. I'm leaving those alone.
You don't need a beard, do you? He'd let me put it out for you.
Yeah, I could put it out with liquid.
Yeah.
You got some alchemist fire on you, don't you?
Yeah, liquid all over his face.
Yeah, I'm not that type of goblin.
That's good to
If I
hear.
was if I was an uncivilized, I probably would, but I'm a civilized goblin.
Okay, so you're one of the first civilized goblins because at this stage, civilized goblins don't happen for another 5 game years. So
Maybe TN happened early.
So Jeremy, you take 10 points of fire damage.
Okay. And then I'm going to leap down, effectively aiming 45-degree angle on my leap to touch the wall just on underneath the pillar on the bottom left, bottom right, I should say.
That one?
Bounce off the wall there to leap down to the sword. Because I've got wall jump that allows me to immediately do another jump off the wall.
Okay, give me an acrobatics roll as you fly through the webbing.
Yep. My masterful acrobatics again. 36.
Okay, you fly through this webbing as if it's not there.
Okay. And basically, yes. Reaching for the sword. Okay. Calling out as I'm effectively grabbing, saying, Susan, please shut down. You're burning the air of Vermico. The scion of Amateku or whatever it is. So,
that is correct. And you reach for him to do that. You do.
Yeah,
you also do.
Sorry.
So, Jeremy, you also do know that as not an heir of the Amatsutu line, touching the sword is actually harmful to you.
I expect it will be harmful, but it's a case of I'm trying to let him know that, or Christian know that you're burning the scion. So, and then, so that's basically my movement, and then I am falling. So, okay, with the sword, hopefully.
No, the sword is actually stuck in the rock.
Oh, the pin with my arrow was enough to actually hold it there?
It was enough for it to change its angle, and it pinned itself into the rock.
Oh, and it poked in? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case then, I'll be holding on to the sword at least initially, and I may not fall, I guess. We'll see how we go. But we'll see what the action is when I grab the sword.
Okay, as you take the sword, the flame that's sort of burning around lights up all around you. As Shuasen starts to burn you.
Yep.
Okay, so that was 18 points of fire damage.
18, yep. So, on top of the 8 I originally had at the start of the turn, wasn't it?
That is correct. And then you drop.
Does he drop with the sword?
No, he does not.
Okay, well, hopefully, at least I'll be dropping below the level of burning anyway.
You drop below the flames.
Sorry?
You drop below the flames.
Okay, now how far am I falling?
You fall 40 feet.
Okay, I've got cat fall, so I ignore 50 foot of fall.
Okay, and you land on your feet. Dunk.
Marvellous.
And there's
I'll be looking around there to see if there's any enemies.
It's well lit up as bits of flaming webbing is dropping around you.
Okay.
We'll show you where you are in a moment. We'll see what everyone else is doing. Because that will end your turn landing at the bottom.
Oh, absolutely, yep. That's
So, he keeps dropping. So, I'm going to have him drop in 15-foot increments. And basically gets him down to the level where it's starting to stop burn. And then it is Horori. You have a goblin standing on you.
Where's the sword? Is the sword in anyone's hands? Because I couldn't hear Jeremy.
So Jeremy tried to grab the sword. He couldn't pull it out of the wall. It's the sword in the stone.
Yeah, it's
I
just
go-
15 feet from you.
I go towards a sword. Do I have to cut myself free first or not?
Yes, you do. Strength
Okay, I'll
check.
cut myself free. Strength check.
Can I assist?
Do you have any reactions left?
I haven't used any of my reactions.
Then you can assist
Yeah,
with
but
a
you-
reaction, but you have to beat an assist of DC 20 to assist.
Probably at the moment you're trying to avoid
Okay.
not giving him disadvantage by sitting on top of him while he tries to escape.
So what do I actually add to the roll?
Okay, I'm gonna make an athletics roll for you to assist him in breaking free of the webbing.
Okay, that's I've got an athletics of plus 12.
And what? No, you got to roll, and you got to
Roll
get
the die
20.
then.
Yeah, I've got it. I have to hit at least 20. Missed it by that much.
How much
You
did
got
you
a
miss it by?
19.
19. So no penalty, but no bonus. So Mark, what was your athletics roll to break free of the webbing?
Oh, athletics roll?
Yeah, make it athletics.
28.
28. You rip the webbing, dislodging the goblin on top of you as you drop as well.
Yep.
And
Yep, I'm late.
give me an acrobatics roll as you reach for the sword.
Okay.
Can I try to guide him towards the sword? Since I can fly.
You've already had your reaction this turn.
Oh, bugger.
What the fuck? I'm trying to get a 1. Crap.
You got a 1?
I got a bloody 1. Seriously, I can't believe that.
Okay, so you go to reach and grab the sword and find you've got yourself stuck to a goblin. Some of the burning webbing is has your hand stuck to him as you just watch the handle go right past your face.
So I'm still falling, am I?
Yep.
Can I grab onto the side? Can I?
Your hands are
is that
currently
more than-
stuck to a goblin.
Can I pull my hand off the goblin, or not?
You fall 40 feet and hit the ground next to Nashru. Which means you take
I'm
another
looking at-
20 points of damage.
Okay. I gotta still climb up to get the sword.
And I believe that
is that
the
what-
goblin also takes 20 points of damage for hitting the ground because he's stuck to you.
Okay.
So not only is he already burning the place down, but he's pulling people down with him.
He is.
Yeah.
And currently you're stuck to a goblin. Would you like to spend your last action freeing yourself?
I will definitely like to do that. I won't kick the goblin. I'll be nice. So, just an athletics check, is it? Or
It is an athletics check. He can't help you because he's
What?
already done that.
why can't I get a bloody that on my other roll? A 33.
Yeah, I
Okay.
actually take half damage because I'm an unbreakable goblin.
You only take half damage?
Yeah, when fall, you reduce your falling damage you take as though you half the distance or half. So it's whatever, about 20 years. Yeah, some more on that. Right, and I've also got bouncy. Does that also do anything?
I believe bouncy does affect your fall damage.
I think it does. But you sort of got squished landing with someone.
You didn't get to bounce.
Okay, so next person up is our mighty orc.
Half orc, only on my father's side.
Well, orc is your primary race.
Alright, well, I'm
Well,
at
orc
Daddy's goal.
orc should be your mother actually, because there are no hag mothers available at this stage.
You can't be a changeling unless your mum was a hag.
Yes, but hags can change sex and they can impregnate other people.
Interesting.
Yes, they go around and impregnate people as males and then go back to being female.
Well, maybe you had.
Not my dad.
Yeah, you had 2 mums.
So,
Wait, no.
so
Oh, impressive.
which means that at some point you can choose to become a hag and become female.
I already am female.
If you're a male, any changeling male can choose to become a hag and become female.
Interesting.
as part of being a changeling.
Yeah. Can I just take a second to check in with how Splat's doing outside through the head, because I left him with one of my heads.
Okay.
You're in a burning web at the moment, falling through a hole.
He seems to be doing better than you are.
Yeah. Did he say anything? Has he got any insight on what I should do?
Get some marshmallows.
Go down.
He suggests something rather inappropriate to do with Harori.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
No, that's perfectly appropriate. One of the few times Nashru might agree with Splat.
Yeah, exactly. Agreeing with Splat, you shit's gone tits up. How far am I from the sword now? Now that I've jumped down.
You are 45 feet from the sword.
Okay. And what happened? Sorry, with everyone else, because my audio kept.
Harori tried to grab the sword. Unfortunately, a goblin had stuck themselves to his hands, and so when he tried to reach for the sword, he took the goblin down to the ground with him.
Okay.
I'm
So
going to climb back up.
Nashru nimbly leap down, grab the sword,
far-
go ah, and let go and fall gracefully.
How far is Harori from me?
They're both about 85 feet down, but you
Okay.
can't see them clearly because of the smoke.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll just have to keep trying to jump down, even though my acrobatics are trash.
That's okay. If you jump to the left, you can see a gap where the air's funneling up. You might be able to miss most of the webbing.
Okay, let's try that then.
Okay.
You're cool, Mum.
So you jump that way, and
Wait,
about,
how far? No, though.
so about as you start falling, you notice there is no webbing in the center, and you've fallen about 30 feet before you realize there might not be any webbing between here and the bottom.
No.
What would you like to do?
Can I use? I don't know whether I should use telekinetic maneuver or telekinetic projectile to shoot webbing out towards me that I can grab onto.
You could potentially grab the webbing that you're sliding down beside. Would you like to grab the webbing?
Yeah, once I've got suitable distance down, I'll grab at the webbing.
Okay, give me an acrobatics roll to see if you can actually grab the webbing.
Oi. Well, am I going to be
You had a
better off
demonstration from Glory on how it's done.
Well, it's grabbing something that's not going to, that's actually going to hold your weight.
Alright.
If this is a reaction, could I jump and grab her?
No, you've had your reaction for this round.
And you're also at the bottom.
Alright, so 17.
Yeah.
I
Still got
rolled
fly on.
Plus
Yep.
dexterity, so 18.
You got an 18? Okay, you just managed to grab some webbing, stopping your fall at that height.
How far down did I go?
You dropped 45 feet.
Nice.
Next to Avery.
Cool. So how far am I from Harori and the sword now?
You're at the same level of the sword, and Harori's, you can see him with the smoke cleared below you. He's about 40 feet below you. At which point it is Ross's go.
Has Harori got any reactions left?
Harori has
Harori has
used
it.
his reactions this turn.
I
Harori
was just
says-
wondering if I could grab him, throw it, fly up to the sword if he is able to grab it.
I don't think you can carry that much weight.
I'm pretty heavy. I'm a full kind of half-plated human.
The other option is I could fly up, remove the arrow, let the sword drop, and let him pick it up at the next turn.
The arrow's
It's
not
not
holding
the arrow
it.
holding it in anymore.
It's actually stuck in the. As my reaction, I'll tell you that I'm going to climb back up there and get the sword,
Oh, wait a second.
And then when I
Can I take the sheath off the samurai because the sword's still pointing up and sheath the sword?
It's not
the
pointing
sheath
up.
is pointing into the wall.
it's pointing stuck in the rock. Stuck in the rock. So
Oh, okay. So the point is stuck in the rock.
Yep.
yeah. So and I just tell you,
well,
don't
I'll
touch the
wait.
sword. The
If
sword
you
doesn't like
fall,
you.
I'll catch you. So
Yep,
that's what I'm
good,
going to
that's-
do. He's going to be climbing up, and my action is if he loses his slip, I'm going to do the leap, catch, and place on ground. That normally happens in superhero movies and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type style thing.
You still suffer the problem of he's a lot heavier than you.
Yeah, but I'm bouncy, squishy, so I could be used as a cushion.
You get suffer my impact. That's the main thing.
Okay. So you are holding to do stuff.
Yeah,
And then Neshru.
Oh,
Bloody hell, Ahoy! Why didn't you get that fucking cord?
I can't hear anything Jeremy says, which is such a good thing at the moment.
That's okay. Out of character, he just swore at you.
I don't know if it's entirely out of character.
Oh, look, I didn't.
yeah,
I
I've
didn't
got
expect anything
subtitles
else.
on, so I can.
Admittedly,
I can read.
okay. He was somewhat polite still. He did it in Jotun.
Okay, so
So
someone yells at you in Giant and Avery chuckles.
So the sword is approximately 40 feet up from us at the moment. Not that I can touch it. Okay, yeah. I'm basically taking a look around where we are, surveying what we've got down here, and whether there's any immediate threats at our level, irrespective of that. So,
Okay, so from looking at the map, which I've just been looking at, is interesting. There is a set of stairs here that lead somewhere. I think they used to lead up, but the stairwell's been destroyed. So looks like you're at the base of so after a dizzyingly descent, a seeming endless shaft finally ends. The tortuous narrow steps in the shaft broaden into a huge stone flagged stairs that descend sharply into a wide, smooth-walled chamber. The room widens as it slopes upward to the northeast, ending in a vast wall of huge stone blocks. Rusting double iron doors, bristling with bloody spikes, offer the only passage through the wall. The air is hot and smells of sweat and toil.
can I see anyone other than...
The wall goes from floor to ceiling, and there's just huge doors there.
Okay.
But there are arrow slits in the wall, allowing whatever's on the other side to shoot at you if they choose to.
And how far away was this wall?
From where you landed, about 8 squares away, when each square is about 10 feet. So about 80 feet.
Okay.
Bigger scale map.
Okay, yep. There's a lot of space under here, apparently. Much bigger than the Catardus. Bigger on the bottom than it is at the top.
Well, you did drop over 100. You did drop about 100 feet under some stairs, and then went a bit further down. Apparently. So, give you some idea of what it looks like. You're in that little courtyard there.
Oh, okay. So we've come down right at that sort of point, the rounded point. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you've landed on the stairwell.
Which stairs. Okay.
And each of those squares is 10 feet.
Okay. He'll then toss a rope and piton to Xanis to say, "Hey, fly up and bang a rope in for Haroi."
Do you want
We'll
to
be up
wait
there a
until
bit
it stops
faster.
burning?
Hey, I know. I'm telling this to Xanis to do it, so he can wait till if he waits till it starts burning, that's his choice. But
Yeah, but the ropes will burn before he gets up there. Because it's currently an inferno, isn't it?
It is. You can. It's
The,
still dropping embers down from the burning webbing.
and then basically, Nashru is going to
Why couldn't you have an ice blade?
Step out of the stairwell and hide in a bit of cover with his bow drawn, ready to shoot if anything comes towards us from the wall.
Okay, you
Basically,
take as
he's
much
getting out of the
cover as
line
you
of
can.
fire from the webbing and ensuring that we're not within line of fire of other things.
Okay,
Yeah,
stepping
we do
away
have that
from
spider around here somewhere.
stepping away from the webbing puts you in line of fire of the doors, and you can see the arena blind and dead about 10 steps from the stairs. It's got a couple of arrows sticking out of it.
Okay, well, let's go. I'm basically aiming to be hidden against the wall getting out of the falling debris from above. If that does put me in range, well, I know I'm in range of any weapons because it's only 80 feet type stuff, but hopefully I won't be seen.
Okay, so Avery spends his action to land on the bottom.
Of course, I only got 26 for my stealth.
Okay.
Plus 22, that's unfortunate.
And then it is Harori's go. So Harori gets up from prone as one action.
And then I start climbing up towards the sword.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Yes, that's what I'm good at, that one.
You are good at that one.
25, the first one?
25. Okay, so I believe you move half your movement up. So what is your movement?
No, not that fast.
So,
If it's on a success, you get 5 feet per 20 foot of movement.
Oh, okay. So what's your...
If you get a critical success, you get an extra 5 feet.
So what you get again?
25.
Okay, so with 25, you move up 10 feet.
Okay, next action, I'll roll again. Action. A 30.
At 30, you move up another 10 feet. You're 10 feet below the sword. And that's the...
Yep.
And you can't do a climbing check as your hasted action.
That's all right. I've still got haste, haven't I? I keep forgetting about that.
Yep.
Well, I forgot about that last turn. Would have got up from prone. Oh, well. Bugger.
Actually, you can't have used haste to get up from prone.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to use
It's not a
it.
stride action.
Cool. Anyway, I just tell everyone goes, I'm getting the sword. Get yourself comfortable.
And then it
Tell him to
is...
shut down.
And then it's Annie's
I've got a
turn.
whole...
Oh. I don't like all this acrobatics.
Well, you're only 40 feet from the ground. It's only 20 points of damage to drop.
20 points to drop.
20 points to drop.
Martin, if she falls, could I actually change and try to catch her?
No, because you readied an action.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your action was specific. That's the unfortunate thing on the ruling.
If it was Pathfinder 1, I could just fly.
You used to have fly.
I did.
Miss having fly.
Still, I do.
Well, attack the ground and critically miss.
What?
Well, you miss the ground, so then you're flying.
So she's just going to use her head.
Yep.
Douglas Adams quote, I'm sure.
So it's a definition of flying. Throw yourself at the ground and miss.
Not a terrible idea.
So that's yelled out to you by the goblin.
How about I put the
And he's
ground...
proven it can be done.
Oh, just target the goblin. I'm
I
squishy.
drop. I drop and take 20 points of damage.
Okay, you drop taking 20
YOLO.
points of damage. You're strong and tough.
Fuck off.
And you can see Avery beside you, no damage. He basically parkoured his whole way down.
Yeah. Parkour. And there's no enemies down there?
There are no enemies down there except for a wall off into the distance.
Okay. And is there fire down here?
There's bits of flame dropping on burning ash, but that's about it. You're not taking any fire damage.
Yeah, that's right. Right now, the closest enemy is 20 feet up the wall.
Yeah. Is that Harori?
Okay. The sword, I'm assuming. Okay,
Harori.
so I'm assuming everyone else is going to wait and see what Harori does.
Rory's gonna climb back up again, so everyone's happy with that.
Give me another roll.
29.
Okay, so you've reached the sword.
Then I'd like to pull the sword out.
Okay, strength check.
Now, this one I can write. Strength check is just strength plus my dice roll, isn't it?
Okay, I'm making
Nothing else.
an athletics check.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, that's
you
what
may
I'm
not
asking.
be worthy to unsheath the sword from the rock.
Well, he did drop the sword after all.
He threw it away.
Again.
I'm using my last resolve because I rolled a 1.
You need to do 20.
That's a 26, man.
That's a 26. Okay, you pull the sword free, and I'm assuming you drop down at that point.
And then I'm going to slice it back into the thing and said, sorry I dropped you, buddy. And I put it back in its holder, and I'm trying to climb down the following turn. So.
Okay, so give me another climb check.
18, 27.
Okay, so you've dropped down 10 feet. Give me another go.
20.
Okay, you managed to go down 5 feet.
24.
You're now got another 10 feet, so that leaves you 5 feet left.
That is so hilarious. 2, 6, 4. So 4's still 22. So.
Okay, so
Yeah.
everyone looks as you daintily climb down the last 5 feet, which you could have dropped without any damage.
Naturally wasn't watching. Did Avery attempt to use his shadow cold bolts to try and take the heat out of the flame above us still?
No, he was just watching Nashru. Sorry, he was watching Harori do this daintily climb down the wall.
Okay. I go. Yeah. Hey guys. I may have made a mistake up there. I'm just going to say it out loud. I accept full responsibility for all damage done to this supposedly lovely building.
Tell that to the Kami.
Yeah. I think we might
Tell
have.
it to the guys manning the wall over there.
Yeah. So, will the spiders be pissed off with us now that I've just burnt the whole building? I'm not sure wondering because.
So while you're standing there,
upstairs?
little bits of debris start falling down from above as masonry starts to come down.
Okay. I try to get on the side of the wall so I'm not getting hit by kind of right in the middle of the room kind of thing.
So everyone's pretty much forced out of the stairwell into the open as rubble keeps continuing to pull down from above.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that might be a good point to stop for tonight, so I can put together a decent map for you guys to follow.
No, that's not good.
Well, you found the hobgoblins.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could see the arrows.
Bloody dropping sword. Bloody stupid bloody spider. Stupid shit. Got it. Crap. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
No. You forgot the initial part there. Stupid drawing of sword.
No, I would have got the sword all covered off and it would have just came down, but somehow I went to sleep and dropped the sword and made it even worse.
No, you drew the sword.
Yeah.
That was the problem. You drew the sword.
I know, and I will listen to Martin's description of areas next time a bit better, so I don't draw it when I know there's web in there. I thought
You
it was
were
just...
saying you weren't going to draw it. You were saying don't cut the
No, that was...
Next
That
time,
was
get a
the other-
saw that's cold-based, not fire-based.
Well, I have no choice in this one.
Well,
It's kind of
Houston will
like
be
I think-
saying, burn down the corruption, burn it all down.
I know, and I would say back to it, I said, yes, I know.
It says you've done well.
I just say, and I just whisper to it in like mind temporally kind of thing we do, and we go, I know that others don't understand yet, so yeah. So I might say outside like I'm really sorry, but internally I'm not really sorry. So
Internally, everything is awesome.
Burning the corruption is fine, but preferably don't be in the corruption at the time.
now, so you guys know, the actual sword's got a thing called cast airwalk, and I was trying to get the sword so I could cast airwalk and just float down and slowly walk down. But I didn't get it in time to do that, did I? So
what you're saying is that
ideas.
you drew the sword deliberately.
I drew the sword, but when I dropped it, if I caught it
You
in
burned
time,
the place
I was gonna-
deliberately. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, no point lying about this. I wanted to burn all the corruption. I've had enough. No, it's all evil. It's all evil.
Yes, but the point was that we agreed we could burn the place when we're on our way out.
Oh, I missed that bit. I was distracted on that one. I was talking to the sword.
Yeah, so what happens if there's only one way in and one way out?
There will be some
Well-
digging involved.
There will be some digging and some chopping and some slicing, and I'm sure we'll find a way out.
I'm sure we can use the
we've got-
song Diggy Diggy Hole.
Well, somebody's got telekinetic force things, so they can probably move rocks around and stuff like that. And if we get rid of the corruption, Splat can come in here and actually take all the rocks he wants. So their problem sorted.
Hey, there's obviously a way out of here. The only got out.
True.
I'm sure you can use the same method. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with that.
No, that's right.
With what?
No.
I don't cut out. What are we doing?
Okay, so I was saying
Sound dangerous.
we're finishing up for the night. I was going to do a map up for next session so you can actually see a bit better. And did
Yeah.
anyone want to stay and have a chat to Ariadna for after we finish?
I can do that if you like. She wants.
Okay, so I'm just going to put it onto end credits. If people want to stay, you're welcome to. But it will hear you
Okay,
for the
cool.
next few minutes.